Have you ever felt compelled to talk about your skill gaps or deficiencies about your background to a potential employer when you are in the job interview? Hi, I'm Delina Bradley, job interview and career marketing coach, and today we're going to talk about this issue. Before we get started, please follow, like, or subscribe so you continue to get my career update videos. It is not necessary for you to bring up negatives during the job interview. And let's start by defining what you might perceive as a job seeker as a negative, a shortcoming, a deficiency. When you took a look at the job description, maybe you saw that they wanted somebody with a master's degree and you have a bachelor's degree. Maybe they were looking for someone with a particular number of years of industry experience and you don't quite meet that requirement. Maybe they're looking for somebody to directly manage a large group of people and you've managed cross-functional teams for a number of years. Maybe you're underqualified, maybe you're overqualified. Those are some of the common gaps maybe between the job description and the actual. Now, one of the things to remember is that when an employer posts a job and they put together a job description, they're describing their unicorn normally. And you'll see that it's broken down by the required qualifications and then the preferred qualifications. If you can check the box on most of those required qualifications and maybe hit one or two of the preferred, you're doing pretty well. So remember that. Remember they're normally describing a unicorn in the first place, and there's maybe not a high expectation that every applicant coming in is going to meet every single one of those qualifications. The second thing to remember is if you're sitting there in the interview, remember that they believe you have the skills it takes to do the job, or you wouldn't be sitting there. And so remember that you are qualified enough to be having the conversation. And then if they're concerned, they will ask you about any of those gaps they might see on your resume. And if and when that does happen, then be sure to frame your response in a really positive way rather than saying, yeah, I realize I don't have the required number of years in that particular technology or industry. Rather say, my most relevant background is that I worked for a third-party vendor that served an industry closely related to yours. Or my most applicable background is this, and then you fill in the blank. So you're keeping it positive, the glass is half full, and you're coming across as a strong candidate in that way. So don't let any of these things bother you, these potential gaps that you see initially, because often it's not going to be an issue, and really they just want to make sure that they can work with you and that you can adapt. And honestly, skills can be taught. So they're looking for fit and they're making sure that you're somebody they can work with. So I hope you found this helpful today. And if you'd like to learn more about me, please visit delinabradley.com and book a discovery call. I wish you the very best in your career.